What's up guys, welcome back to another guitar lesson. Today we're going to be finishing our look at Welcome to the Jungle by Guns N' Roses. So in the first video we took care of the entire intro, you know, that part. And there's three different guitar parts going on. There's the main lead guitar part, which is the main riff that Slash plays, and there's an overdub lead part, and then there's the actual rhythm guitar part, which Izzy Stradlin plays. So we took a look at all three, and then the last video, part 2, we took care of all the rhythm guitar parts. All that stuff, you know. In this video we're going to finish our look at the song by taking a look at the solo, which I just played in the intro. So we're going to learn it phrase by phrase, and yeah, then we'll move on to another song. Let's get started with the first phrase. And by the way, I'm standard tuning, even though the actual song is tuned down half a step. So yeah, just like the other two videos, I was also in standard tuning. Alright, let's take care of the first phrase coming out of the bridge part. Well, it's actually like an interlude part because the bridge comes after the solo, like coming out of the solo. But coming into the solo, we have this part, which we already learned in the last video. And we just sort of a build-up. So during that part, when there's just complete chaos going on, you can just hold the 15th fret on the B string, just keep bending it up and down. And then when the actual lead guitar part comes in, we get this part. It's really heavily in the mix. It's like pretty deep in there, so it's really hard to hear. But that's before the actual solo starts, which is that part. So this part is pretty deep in the mix, so you can play it on your rhythm setting on the neck position. So there's So 15th fret on the B string, just keep bending. Then we have that's a bend on the 14th fret of the G string. Then you're gonna hit 12th fret on the B and the high E. (15-12) on the B, 14-12 on the G. (15th fret bend on the B string, and then play normally. Right, then do a slide and switch to your neck pickup. Sorry, bridge pickup, I mean. And then we start the more clear actual part of the solo that you can hear. It's not that deep in the mix, it's actually in front of your face, you know, because it's a solo. So the first phrase sounds like this. Or, you know, we can stop wherever we want, but the solo just kind of keeps going. It runs very smoothly. That's how you know it's a good solo. Because the solo can just run smoothly and just keep going, and you don't really know where to stop. That's how you know it's a good solo, because it flows perfectly and it fits together, as well as following the chords. But anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about that. First phrase, alright. Right, hammer from 2 to 4 on the A string. It's a very quick hammer. It's almost like you're only playing the 4th fret on the A string, but you're actually hammering on 2 on the D to 4 on the A. Bend and release on the 4th fret of the D string. Bend it downwards instead of upwards. It's easier to bend it down on the lower 3 strings. It's easier to bend the note downwards rather than bending it up like you do on the higher 3 strings. So, alright. Then we have this part. So slide from 4 to 6 on the D string, 4 to 6 on the G, then 5 on the B string to 6 on the G, and that's the bend and release on the 7th for the G string. So we have this so far. And do that again, the bend and release, but this time pull off the 5th fret. Actually, let me play the whole next phrase, how it sounds. That's the next phrase, so yeah. So yeah, do the same thing again, right? 7th fret, bend on the B string, bend and release, and then pull off to the 5th fret. 7th fret on the B and the high E string, bend it together. Then do that same look again, bending the 7th fret and pulling off the 5th fret. This time, play 6/4 on the G. So we have this. Next part. So slide from 4 to 6 on G. Play 5 on the B, back to 6 on the G. And then we have this part. So it's you're gonna keep the open E string ringing for this part, right? So 5th fret on the B, the 3rd fret on the B, the 2nd fret on the B. So and remember the open E string is ringing the whole time. So all right, and then both the B, open B, and open high E. So. Do so you can 2nd fret on the G and the B, pull off to the open strings for G and B, and quickly hit the G and play the 1st fret on the G string. So we have this so far for the entire phrase. So you can play from here. Alright, so let me just do it from the start of the phrase. So our next phrase sounds like this. Alright, so with that we have so that phrase starts with 2/4 on the G, and then we have so play 2/1 on the G to 4 on the D. So do a bend and release on the 2nd fret of the D string. Then you can either pull off to the open D string or just pluck it normally. I tend to do both, whichever one feels right in the moment. I play it differently each time. So like that time I picked it. Finish it off on the 1st fret of the D string. So we have this for the last phrase. Alright. Well, then we go to the high part. So all together for that, so far we have. Alright, I played it nice and slow. Oh, next part sounds like this. The last phrase of the solo. Alright, so this is the high part, towards the end of the solo, when they're sort of the second part of the solo, when the whole band plays a new phrase and everything. 15th fret bend on the B string and play normally. Do the same thing with 10th fret on the B. Then do a bend and release on the 10th fret of the B string, and then pull off the 8th fret. double stop right here, 9th fret on the G and the B together to 7th fret on the G and the B. And do a quick percussive hit upwards, and hit the 7th fret double stop again. So. And we have this part. So bend and release on the 6th fret of the G string to the 4th fret on the G string. So do the same thing on the D string. And do a bend and release on the 4th fret of the A string and finish off at 2. And then do a bend and release on the low E string, 2nd fret. Open string, hammer back onto the 2nd fret. And just hold that note, and you build up to the bridge. And you hit this B power chord right here, 2nd fret on the A string, 4th fret on the D and G. Slide it up, and then you get to that rhythm section in the middle part, which we covered in the last video. That part, you know. Anyways, that's the solo. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.